Okay, so what I want to demonstrate now is how I make coffee and cook things when I'm in the woods or on the road or whatever. Okay, this is a rocket stove. It's just a piece of pipe, angle iron or angled flue pipe sort of thing, ductwork. You can buy this for $5 or something, or you can find it. This here is a very important part. This is where the wood sits on top. You got to fit it so that it goes in here, leaving enough of a air gap underneath so that it gasifies the wood. Because once again, it's sort of like a top-down burn, but it's not. You need that airflow underneath, otherwise it won't work. If you can see in here, there's very little from that piece of metal that's letting the airflow through. You don't need more than that. You just grab a couple rocks or something to prop it up. And then I make a little grill and pop it on top of there. I take my coffee pot, I rest it on top of that grill. And just like any good Boy Scout, you put your little shit in first. And then you put your bigger shit on top of that. You can use twigs. I just happen to have a bunch of wood from chopping logs up available. It's nice and dry. If you need dry wood for anything, like if you're in the winter or whatever, you splinter it and go to the inside of the wood. Take off the exterior until you find wood that's dry and inside the log. You'll always find it. And you just light it. And it'll quickly start to draw air from underneath. And you'll see the flame coming out the top. Once the flame comes out the top, it'll start sucking and drawing the smoke. And like the problem with a lot of people when they're in the woods is they make fires that anyone can see. You know, I'm native. I mean, it's the weirdest thing. If people are making a campfire, they make it so that everyone can see it. And that's crazy. You know, they can see smoke from miles away. But with gasification, there's no flame for people to see. It eats the smoke. That's why you need the air content coming up from underneath. It'll smoke for a minute until it gets going, and then it'll stop and you'll see the flame coming up and heating my coffee. So just give that a minute and enjoy the campfire. You'll see after a couple minutes the smoke will stop once the flame comes up to where the coffee pot is. It needs to start peroxylating. It won't do it right until it starts to peroxylate. But it will. Just give it a minute. This is a rocket stove. You'll see it start to eat the smoke in a couple minutes. I know right now it's kind of smoky, but it takes a second. There it is. And now there's no smoke. Now it's just going to heat up and the smoke is done. So you've only got a couple seconds of smoke. And now it'll just be flame to heat up my coffee. Doesn't take long. But, oh yeah, no, it's great. I've done this so many times. It is giving a little bit of smoke. But not like having a raging fire going. Remember, that's just a really small handful of twigs, so like there's really not much in there. It's using it very efficiently. It's not as efficient as a regular gasifier, but it is quite efficient. And coffee should be ready to drink in a few minutes. It's made for that. Now you can see why, now that it's gasifying completely, there's no smoke. It's just good potential heat. And it's very safe. It's contained. It's all inside the metal cylinder. If you need to make more height of the flame, just move the wood in so that it's more inside the air, where the air is meeting it. And you can hear my coffee is perking. Way faster than slow. I don't know if you can hear that. My coffee is already done. Isn't that fast? Oh, yeah, it's hot. Where? And there's a nice cup of Joe. And that'll still burn for quite a while. Gives you lots of heat. You just keep adding wood to it. It's a little portable fireplace for as long as you need it. Just keep throwing in a couple twigs here and there. Anyways, that's how you make coffee in the woods with a rocket stove made out of a $5 piece of pipe piece.